What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Gods Unchained, a AAA rated game, and reasonably popular. Right now, I don't have necessarily the highest aspirations for Gods Unchained in terms of price, and the reason for that is I don't think there's enough of a user base right now, and I can only go off of data that I'm seeing, but I'll run through exactly what I see and why I think it's probably only going to run up to a couple of bucks, and I'll explain exactly why in this video. So if you are a user of the game or a holder of the token, you want to pay attention to this. And it's information that you need to pay attention to for general games as well that I'll show you how to get. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. They were the first 26 coins I held when I made this channel. Had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you were still holding them all, so you had never sold them when the markets were flying, you rode them literally into a recession, you would still be in profit for around 7.9k, which is not bad. But if you had bought these coins and then sold them last year when the markets were flying, you could have made 123k from a $2,600 investment. That's 40 to 50x across all the tokens, which is pretty staggering. Obviously, I sold all of these off last year. These are not what I own. If you want to see the coins that are in my portfolio right now and the coins that I'm going to add to my portfolio, go to copyrightcrypto.com. On that site, I share everything I own. Every time I buy a coin, I let the members know. Every time I sell a coin, I let the members know. I actually do videos on a daily basis about the markets, if that interests you. And, we have tutorials set up so anyone can start getting into crypto, because there's obviously a barrier to entry. A lot of people that have never done it don't know how to trade or anything like that. So the tutorials are the same ones I pass on to friends and family. And look, I've been in this market for 8 years, had the channel for 2 years. The record of success is here. You can see Phantom tops that list. I've made one Udemy course in my entire life, and it was about Phantom. Said it would 100x or more. Obviously, it did that. If you'd put $2,000 into Phantom when I did that Udemy course, you'd have been a millionaire. 1.3 million you could have got. Now, I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm going to jump on to the site, tell the members all about it, tell them what percentage of my portfolio it's going to be, and they can copy along. That's the beauty of it. Save you all the research. You can see exactly what I'm doing. The link, guys, is in the description. Right, Gods Unchained. So it's at 23 cents. Effectively, I'm suggesting this can run up to $2. And there is a limit to why I'm saying that, and there's a few reasons. So, number one, circulating supply is very, very small. It's only 28% of the overall max supply, which is, quite weak. I would want to see more. Number two is the user base. So if you go onto DApp Radar, you can see what's happening at the moment. So it is ranked like number 35 in games in terms of the most played games right now, which isn't, when you put that into context, that's pretty good. But when you actually just check the stats, there were 1,780 wallets that interacted with the DApp in the last 24 hours. There were about 15,000 transactions. The net worth of the assets in the smart contract on the DApp is like 3.2 million. But when you look at it across a 30-day window, it's not tons of activity. You're looking at nearly 14,000 wallets that have interacted across, the 30 days. So what's that, like 500 people a day? Really, that's sort of your average, isn't it? Transactions across the 30 days have been, close to 600,000, so that's about 2,000 a day. Sorry, 20,000 a day, or so. That's not bad. Volume, not too bad. Balance, it's remained the same. But that's not a ton of volume. When you look at games, and let's just compare for a second. If we go to data for games in general. So if we go to rank, I did the wrong thing there. Did the wrong thing there, guys. So, games. So if we just go on ranking and UAW, there we go. As you can see, look, you know, UAW, this is based on 24-hour window. Alien World's very, very popular. Splinterland's very, very popular. Farmer's World, Benji Bananas, X World. But it's, you know, when you actually put that into context, Gods Unchained is well under any of these games. Well under. So that's a big concern for me. You've got something to track. If you are interested in gaming, one of the biggest things to track is the change in users. Because actually, look, even if it's only 1,200 people, so let's just choose a nice round number. Say there's 1,000 wallets that are interacting with smart contracts. So 1,000 people playing the game on a daily. Watch how that shifts, or even watch how it shifts month on month. So say it's you've got a 30-day window. Say there's 10,000 wallets that interact with it a month. You want to see how that changes over the course of month on month. So if it goes from 10,000 to 12,000, and then it goes from 12,000 to 14,400, and then it goes to something else, right? If you're seeing like a consistent rise month on month, that means the game's picking up momentum. It's picking up new users. So whatever they're doing is working. Long term, when they're picking up new users more and more and more and more and more, they're going to have success. So the most important thing as a sort of an investor in crypto games is to watch and track how their user base is changing. Because if you are starting to see sustained growth, even if it's small growth, but it's sustained and month on month it is growing, then you've got something that people want to play. You've got something that is enticing new users. And as they start releasing new features and having new exciting announcements, it will bring in more and more people. That is genuinely one of the single most important things to track. But right now, for me, it's too small. It's really, really too small. Now, the team behind this have a pretty good history of success with gaming. Chris Clay is the game director for Gods Unchained, former game director at Magic, the Gathering Arena, which went from low 8 figures to 200 million plus. He's had success in a few different other areas as well within games. James Ferguson is the other lead or other co-founder, or one of the other co-founders. He previously led a software development team at a $1 billion e-commerce company. Robbie Ferguson was a Teal Fellow, also built an automated capital gains tax platform at KPMG, which was licensed to Australia's largest crypto exchange. So again, real history of success. I am genuinely not slamming Gods Unchained, but I'm saying right now the user base is too small. So, when you look at the history and you're going, oh, well, it had, it hit heights of $7.30. That's great, but it can't hit those heights right now based on its user base. It's just user base is too small. So it has to develop that. That's the key thing. So how they advertise, how they market is vital. If they market really effectively and they bring in new users, then I'd change my mind on the $2. But right now, just based on current info about the amount of users, I'm not expecting to see an enormous amount of gains for this, because the new users aren't impressing right now. The current transactions per day not impressing. The current amount of wallets interacting with the with the game. Not impressing at the moment. So that has to change. If that changes, then my price prediction would change. It's that simple. But right now the data isn't good enough to suggest that this could run up to $7 or $8. Like, if they're only having 1,000 people that use the platform, 1,500 or whatever a day, it's not worth $1 billion, is it? So it's not going to run up to sort of $8. Also, the circulating supply has to increase. Circulating supply is going to increase, so that will minimize the amount of gains that it can have. And it will probably, as more of the tokens released, early investors will dump, so it can drop even further. I wouldn't be surprised if this drops down more and more and more and more. But if that user base starts growing, something to pay attention to. But I really recommend this. Like, if anyone is into crypto gaming, look at all the if you are genuinely interested in crypto gaming, go on to something like DAppRadar or DApp.com or whatever and look at the data. Start screen grabbing it. Decide if you're going to do it, do like at the end of every month, see the last 30 days, take a screenshot or put that data into a spreadsheet. Track the games within the crypto space. See which ones are starting to build momentum in terms of new users. Whichever ones are building momentum with new users should end up having more success in terms of price appreciation. It's just a little tip. Hope that's useful. If you are a returning subscriber, by the way, hit the subscribe button. Returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. It does a few things. It helps the channel. It means I can start getting more founders of projects on, which I definitely want to do. And on top of that, look, my videos will make you money. You don't want to miss them. So hit the subscribe button. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own right now, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I let the members know anytime I'm buying or selling a coin in real time. I have tutorials set up so that anyone that wants to get into crypto can. There's no barrier to entry because it goes through how to trade and stuff. And look, I've been in the market for 8 years. Found Phantom. You won't find another YouTuber anywhere that was talking about Phantom in May of 2020. And I said it would 100x, and it obviously did way more than that. I will find another coin like Phantom that does those gains. And when I do, I'll let the members know that I'm getting in on it, and tell them what percentage of my portfolio will be, how much I think it can go up. If you want to find out about one of the next big cryptos, you got to get on the site. And when you read through it, you can double check everything that's said because it's all on the YouTube history as well. Everything is verifiable for yourselves. And that's it, guys. Hope you're having a lovely day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.